Welcome back. Apologies on the delay and thank you for your patience. Today we are in beautiful Athens. We're going to take a group tour of the Acropolis and the Parthenon, and we'll let you know if it was worth it. We'll roam the ancient streets, eat a gyro with a twist, and we'll finish the day off with some Dancing Zorba. Go get a coffee or a cocktail and sit back, relax, and enjoy. It's our first morning in Athens, and we booked a guided tour of the Acropolis. Forget how much we paid. We were able to book it 1 hour in advance, so we're doing the 10:45. It's 2 hours. Let's see what we're gonna learn today. We booked our excursion very, very last minute. As I mentioned, only 1 hour before our scheduled time. The site we booked our tickets on was Headout, and they are partners with Athens Walking Tours. We paid 60 euros each, which is about 90 Canadian dollars. It might sound like a lot, but I think it was definitely worth it. The guide's name was LiQWYD, apologies if I've mispronounced that, and she was excellent. With our tickets, we got to skip the line, which you will see the long queue when we exit the Acropolis. I was actually astonished with how long it was. So I would definitely recommend booking a guided tour to get you in faster and you get to learn a lot. After all, it is one of the world's top tourist sites, seeing over 3 million visitors from around the globe yearly. Be careful when walking around the Acropolis and wear comfortable shoes. I wore my cute golden strappy sandals and I was okay. You are also allowed to bring water in with you, which I would recommend, especially if you're visiting during the summer months. Here we have the Odeon of Heroes Atticus, where to this day they still host events, typically opera, but they also hosted Coldplay here to film one of their music videos. I'll leave that link down below. Built in 161 AD and renovated in 1950. It might look super crowded, but honestly, it's not so bad. And again, it is the Parthenon, built in the 5th century BC, 2,456 years ago, in thanksgiving for the Hellenic victory over the Persian invaders during the Greco-Persian Wars. I'm no historian, so I'll leave some links down below, or better yet, get on over to Greece to see the beautiful monuments. There will likely be some construction and renovations happening during your visit, but please do not be upset. How can you possibly expect there to be none with a structure so ancient? I mean, come on, we all renovate a less than 50-year-old house. They are also in the process of making visiting the Parthenon accessible by building a lift. I did have to cut much of the audio as it was quite windy up there. After the tour, you could either exit with the guide or stay a little bit longer to get some photos or videos. There were plenty of opportunities for that. The views of Athens from the top were amazing. So we started down there. This is the main entrance to see the Parthenon on the Acropolis. There is the other entrance if you already have your tickets to the southeast. That's so many people. Yeah, I'd much rather go with a guide and have the tickets, and then that way you don't have to wait. But look, it keeps going. No, I wouldn't have done that if that were the case. And we also went earlier. What time is it now?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. Yeah, I would recommend if you're coming here to get a ticket with a guide, and it's like a sort of a fast track, so you don't have to wait outside in 35-degree weather.
We're leaving from the west exit of the Acropolis. From here, there are several neighborhoods worth checking out. We'll walk through 3 of them in this video, making our way to Plaka, where there are loads of restaurants, souvenir shops, and the oldest street in Europe. Then we'll go through an area called Monastiraki, a bustling shopping area with one of Athens' main squares, and then an area called Psirri. It has such a cool vibe. We're now in Monastiraki, in the main square. There's a flea market on either side where you can find anything from shoes, bags, vintage goods, and bars with rooftop views of the Parthenon. I'll show you one in the next video. From here, we're gonna go get our hands on what I've read is the best Souvlaki gyros in Athens. Gyros with a twist.
You are correct.
This place is called Kostas. It's in an area just north of Monastiraki. I tried to find the name of the neighborhood, but all I kept getting was city center. It's really small and you just gotta dive in and ask for what you want. So what makes these gyros different is instead of tzatziki, they use a seasoned tomato sauce. Very different from what we've had this whole trip, but it was definitely delicious. I didn't film much because I was just so hungry. It was also a little tough to find as there was lots of construction happening around, which could be why there was no line. Apparently that's really common here. This is a must-add stop on your Athens food tour. We're now in the area Psirri. This area is super cute. It has a very chill vibe, loads of bars and restaurants to suit everyone's preferences. It has a very nice mix, not too touristy, a nice local vibe. We spent quite a bit of time in this area. It's also so easy to get lost here as every street corner we turned we wanted to go explore. During our time in Athens, we went to so many bars and restaurants I couldn't very well film all of the spots, but I'll leave a list of our favorite places down below. The city certainly comes alive at night. I especially appreciate all the pedestrian-friendly areas. Family, friends, visitors are all out to enjoy a meal, a beer, and maybe some live music. Did somebody say Dancing Zorba?
Nico, what you doing? Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Coming up in the next one, we'll show you the first Olympic Stadium, we'll get some Spanakopita, we'll show you a great rooftop bar to enjoy the sunset over the Parthenon, and then we're going to make our way to beautiful Rome. So go ahead and hit that subscribe and notification bell to stay in the loop. See you guys in the next one.